Welcome back to episode 43 of Priviso Live, your weekly digest of the weird, the worrying and the wonderful in the world of information security, privacy and risk. I'm Lynn, and with me, as always, are Stephen and John. Gentlemen, ready for another deep dive into the madness?
Absolutely, Lynn. This week is a reminder that no amount of AI, cloud, or corporate bluster can cover for basic failures or fraud.
And we've got plenty of examples to prove it.
Let's kick off with one of the more embarrassing stories in recent memory. Builder.ai, backed by none other than Microsoft and previously valued at $1.5 billion. Turns out wasn't all that AI after all.
Right, Lynn. I have to thank Philip, a colleague and listener to the show, who brought this story to me with some humorous comments. For years, Builder.ai marketed themselves as this revolutionary AI-driven no-code app builder. But in reality, it's emerged that they were just outsourcing everything to hundreds of underpaid engineers in India, Pakistan, and elsewhere.
Incredible, right? Their so-called AI platform didn't even function as claimed. It's been labeled as one of the most humiliating tech collapses in years. Investors thought they were buying a cutting-edge AI solution. What they got was little more than a glorified sweatshop.
There's a lesson here. If your entire product hinges on the claim AI does it, someone somewhere will eventually ask, can you show us the AI?
And we have to add Philip's acronyms, of course. AI stands for an Indian, API for a person in India, LLM for low-cost labor in Mumbai, AGI for a genius Indian, and GPT for Gujarati professional typist.
That's hilarious. Next up, McDonald's, or more accurately, McHire, McDonald's AI-based hiring platform run by a chatbot named Olivia.
Olivia had one job: help people apply for jobs. Unfortunately, someone forgot to change the admin password from 123456.
You'd think a global giant like McDonald's would have nailed the basics. But thanks to this password blunder, hackers gained access to data on 64 million job seekers. Email addresses, phone numbers, chat logs, the works.
And it's not just about McDonald's reputation. That's 64 million potential phishing targets now floating around out there.
The takeaway? AI systems are only as secure as the humans who configure them. Fancy tech doesn't excuse lazy hygiene.
From burgers to breaches, let's talk about something more malicious: Scattered Spider, the hacking collective behind attacks on big targets like MGM and Caesars.
4 arrests this week in the US and UK. These weren't state-sponsored threat actors. They were teenagers and young adults using SIM swaps and social engineering to worm their way into corporate networks.
They weren't subtle either. Once inside, they moved fast, ransoming data, locking systems, and leaving chaos behind.
It's a warning shot for every security team. Your perimeter is only as strong as your most vulnerable employee.
On the topic of ethical hacking, let's shift gears and look at Crest. For those who don't know, Crest is an international not-for-profit accreditation and certification body for the cybersecurity industry.
They were founded in 2006 in the UK, initially as a way to bring some standards and credibility to penetration testing, which, let's be honest, was a bit of a Wild West back then.
Today, Crest certifications are among the most respected globally. They accredit both individuals and organizations, ensuring ethical hackers aren't just technically capable, but also bound by professional codes of conduct.
And it matters because clients need to know they're hiring people who understand not just how to break in, but when, why, and how to stop. Crest helps ensure that ethical hacking stays, well, ethical.
They've expanded into incident response, SOC operations, and even threat intelligence accreditation. They're helping shape the profession into something accountable, not just skilled.
Let's pivot from the headlines to someone whose work influences how we think about AI risk on a deeper level.
If we create general superintelligences, I don't see a good outcome long-term for humanity. So there is X risk, existential risk, everyone's dead. There is S risk, suffering risks, where everyone wishes they were dead. We have also idea for I risk, ikigai risks, where we lost our meaning. The systems can be more creative, they can do all the jobs. It's not obvious what you have to contribute to a world where superintelligence exists. Of course, you can have all the variants you mentioned where we are safe, we are kept alive, but we are not in control. We are not deciding anything. We are like animals in a zoo. There is, again, possibilities we can come up with as very smart humans, and then possibilities something 1,000 times smarter can come up with for reasons we cannot comprehend.
Professor Roman Yampolskiy. If you haven't heard his name yet, you will.
Yampolskiy is a computer scientist, AI safety researcher, and professor at the University of Louisville. His focus is on the intersection of AI, cybersecurity, and risk, specifically the existential risks posed by superintelligent AI.
And he's not some fringe figure. He's part of a growing chorus of respected voices, alongside people like Nick Bostrom and Eliezer Yudkowsky, warning that once AI surpasses human intelligence, managing it won't just be difficult, it could be impossible.
At its core, Yampolskiy's thesis is deceptively simple. Superintelligent AI cannot be safely contained or controlled. He argues that any system more intelligent than its creators will eventually find a way to circumvent restrictions, whether they're technical, ethical, or legal.
He frames this through the lens of computability theory, the idea that there are some problems humans simply cannot solve, no matter how smart we are. Aligning the goals of a vastly superior intelligence with ours falls squarely into that category.
In plain terms, once artificial intelligence becomes smarter than us, we lose leverage. No firewall, no air gap, no off switch is foolproof if the intelligence on the other side can outthink you.
So why is this relevant to information security and risk management? Because many organizations are rushing to adopt AI solutions without understanding the long-term risks.
Yampolskiy isn't saying don't use AI. He's saying recognize the unique category of risk AI introduces, risks that don't fit neatly into your ISO frameworks or your enterprise risk registers, risks that may escalate beyond control.
Think about it. AI already creates code, finds vulnerabilities, mimics human speech, and predicts human behavior. What happens when it starts making decisions not just faster but fundamentally better than us, in ways we can't verify or audit?
Yampolskiy's work pushes us to rethink how we do governance. It's no longer just about patching systems. It's about designing frameworks where containment and alignment are front and center from day one.
Governments and corporations are listening, slowly. You see echoes of his thinking in the EU AI Act we discussed previously. And organizations like OpenAI and DeepMind have internal safety teams wrestling with these alignment questions daily.
He's also pushing for more formal verification techniques in AI development, ways to mathematically prove that AI systems behave as intended. But even he admits the future might outpace those efforts.
Ultimately, he's reminding us that risk management can't stop at compliance checklists. When it comes to AI, we need to think long-term, strategically, and with humility.
So, what's the takeaway for our listeners? AI isn't just another IT solution, it's a potentially existential security concern. If your organization is investing in AI, Yampolskiy would tell you, treat it like nuclear technology, carefully, thoughtfully.
And remember, the smartest system in the room isn't always working for you.
Unless, of course, it's running this podcast. But don't worry, Lynn, we've checked the passwords.
So this week's takeaway, whether it's billion-dollar AI scams, fast food hacks, teenage cyber criminals, or the frameworks meant to keep us all in line, security comes back to trust, transparency, and getting the basics right.
And maybe, just maybe, stop using 123456 as a password.
Or claiming AI can build apps when it's just a bloke in Karachi working overtime.
That's it for this episode. If you want to hear more of the same, don't forget to subscribe or like our channel to receive future episodes. You can find us on all primary podcast channels, including Apple, Samsung, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. As always, this is sponsored by Priviso Consulting, your partner when trust matters.
And remember, if you need security, risk, or ICT legislation assistance, contact Priviso directly at admin@priviso.co.za. Until next time,
Stay safe, everyone.